Kapag para sa taong bayan, dapat bawal ang palpak, bawal ang fake news. Tumutok na sa BKS, alas 4:30 ng hapon hanggang alas 6 ng gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, kung saan hatid ni Miss Nancy Carvajal ang mga latest balita, kwento at serbisyo, eksklusibo at may resibo. Lahat yan sa BKS, straight from the source. Kapag para sa taong bayan, dapat bawal ang palpak, bawal ang fake news. Tumutok na sa BKS, alas 4:30 ng hapon hanggang alas 6 ng gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, kung saan hatid ni Nancy Carvajal, Chito de la Vega at Winston Casio ang mga latest balita, kwento at serbisyo, eksklusibo at may resibo. Lahat yan sa BKS, straight from the source.
Nangunguna sa balita, opinyon, musika, impormasyon, komentaryo at serbisyo publiko. Ito ang DZME 1530, Radyo TV.
Okay, we are back dito sa Balita,
Kwento,
Serbisyo. Ito naman yung part ng serbisyo. Ako naman si Nancy Carvajal pa
At
rin.
ako po si Chito de la Vega.
Dito sa DZME, Radyo TV.
Magandang hapon po ulit. Ngayong hapon, meron tayong guests at papakilala po natin Resources for the Blind Incorporated. Our guest organization today is one of the country's leading organizations supporting Filipinos with visual impairment. Since 1988, RBI has empowered thousands through accessible education, braille and audio materials, inclusive of programs like Gabay, digital skills training, and job placement. They also lead blindness prevention efforts and create tools like Reading Beyond Sight for accessible braille storybooks and Braillians for easier braille learning. Today, we are going to be joined by Lorinda de Vera Ang, Head of the Resource Development Department of RBI, to share how they continue to break barriers and open opportunities for visually impaired learners and adults across the Philippines. Magandang hapon, Ms. de Vera Ang.
Yes, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Good afternoon.
Ako po si Chito
it's a very nice day.
Ako po si Chito de la Vega, nandito po si Ms. Nancy Carvajal.
Good afternoon,
sa inyong
ma'am.
dalawa po.
Welcome dito sa BKS, Balita,
Thank you.
Serbisyo. And sana sa maliwanagan or ma-share natin kung ano ang RBI, ano ang inyong mga ginagawa. Katulad ng, could you tell us how Resources for the Blind first began and what inspired its creations?
All right. So, Resources for the Blind started in 1988. And paano kami nagsimula? Nagsimula ang Resources for the Blind sa pag-translate ng Bible. So, the very first project of Resources for the Blind is the Filipino Braille Bible. During that time, walang Braille Bible. So, merong mga pastors na lumapit sa aming founder, si Dr. Arthur Laun, asking how they can access the Word of God. So, doon nagsimula. Binigay ng Filipino language and then in a format that they can understand, which is Braille. So, doon nagsimula ang Resources for the Blind. At doon na nagsanga-sanga yung programa na ano pa yung ibang pangangailangan ng mga may kapansanan sa paningin.
Sa ngayon ba, ma'am, ilan ang bilang ng mga tinutulungan nyo na visually impaired na mga kababayan natin?
So sa Resources for the Blind, in our records, we have at least 3,000 students na natulungan na, especially in the past, in making sure that they are getting the quality education that they deserve. So nandun yun, but the number This is still increasing as we go along, hindi lang sa pag-aaral, pati sa pagtatrabaho at kung paano sila magiging mahusay at produktibong bahagi ng ating lipunan.
Meron ka bang maisi-share sa amin na isang anecdote na parang yung, di ba, heartwarming na alam namin yun ang inyong goal. Para lang din for inspiration sa ating mga nakikinig, tsaka sa ating mga nanonood dito sa DZME Radio TV, na meron magandang kwento rin kahit na, di ba, kulang sa paningin, tama po ba yung term na ginamit ko? Kulang sa paningin, pero naging successful ang kanyang buhay, ang kanyang, yung kanyang yung kanyang buhay. Ayun, pa-share lang ma'am ng mga 1 or 2 anecdotes.
Okay, marami kaming storya at kung talaga if we have enough time, I can share more than 1 or 2 stories. But one of the story that really stuck with me all these years ay yung storya ng isang preschool na nagsimula dito sa RBI, 3-4 years old pa lang siya. And then throughout all the challenges ng elementary school, going through college, high school. So during high school, kinukwento niya, hindi siya kasali sa PE. Kasi ano raw ba ang gagawin syempre ng isang bulag sa PE? Paano magsasalo ng bola? Paano susunod sa pagsasayaw, sa exercise? So nandun lang siya sa isang tabi. So it became a challenge for her. And then eventually, pagdating niya ng college, nag-aral ng education, nag-major in PE, ngayon teacher na siya ng PE.
Ay, ang galing!
Talaga? Teacher na PE? Talaga? Okay.
Ang galing.
Meron siya mga estudyante na sighted, mga nakakakita. So, parang nagulat, syempre lahat, pagbalik niya dun sa pinanggalingan niyang eskwela, paano nangyari yun?
Yes.
Hindi nga siya kasali dati. She was left behind all throughout her high school years. Pero, she was able to overcome and go beyond yung disability. Because of the support also of the family, syempre. And syempre, yayabang ko na, Resources for the Blind was there.
Yes, paano siya natulungan ng RBI? What was your role?
Yung mga reading materials niya, na nakakapag-request sila sa amin. Well, I'm just looking at the broadcast, parang baliktad yata yung aking background. Sorry. I'm really sorry for RBI. The logo is reversed. Anyway. So yun, reading materials and then support. Pagdating ng college education, yung school was not ready to accept her. And that was where we came in. So kulang lang naman kasi ng awareness, kaya kulang ng pagtanggap. Ang nasa isip agad, walang magagawa, hindi nila kaya, wala silang facility, walang kakayahan, which is not true. So doon kami pumapasok, ano ba yung dapat yung gawin para matanggap nyo sila sa eskwela, sa trabaho? Awareness lang eh. Yung iba takot lang because they don't know what to do.
O kasi,
So
diba,
sige po.
go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am Lorinda.
Oo. Kasi once they become aware of the things that they can adjust, modify, usually may thinking din kasi na baka mahal. Kailangan i-training pa yung mga teachers, kailangan ng special gadget or special machine para matuto sila. Not in all cases. So katulad sa pag-aaral, siguro yung simpleng laptop, tinitraining din namin sila eh. So hindi na mahihirapan ang eskwela na turuan paano sila gumamit ng laptop, paano mag-email, paano mag-internet. Because they already know how. We have been training them how to use the computers for 20 plus years. So when the pandemic struck in 2020, ready na sila. They already knew how to navigate the computer. Siguro they just had to familiarize themselves with the new softwares, di ba yung Zoom, yung mga iba-ibang
Paano kayo nagkipag-partner sa mga government agencies and departments para din dun sa mga nakikinig na kung meron silang maiambag sa inyo or meron silang mga concerned individuals na gusto rin nilang ilapit sa inyo, paano ho ang kanilang gagawin?
Kung gusto nilang lumapit sa amin ng direkta, nandito lang po kami sa Cubao, along EDSA, across Farmers Plaza. Very accessible, madaling puntahan ang aming opisina. Pero yung una nyo pong tanong, paano kami nakikipag-partner? Of course, we always say it takes a village to raise a child. Hindi lang kami. So, nandyan ang gobyerno, ang mga local government offices, at ang mga national government agencies like DepEd in terms of education. Then the DICT is one of our latest partners pagdating sa technological training. Yan, training ng computers, merong basic, merong advanced, at may intermediate levels din. So, kinukuha din namin sila na partners, and of course, NCDA, the National Council on Disability Affairs. Suki din kami dyan kasi ang isa sa mga initulong namin is nagpo-provide naman sila ng venue for our trainings. And also, they take care of some provisions like breakfast or lunch during our training. Lalo na yung computer training namin takes about 2 weeks. So just imagine natipid namin sa accommodation.
Paano yun, ma'am? Kung let's say ako or meron akong kakilala or meron nakikinig at nanonood ngayon na gustong dumulog sa inyo, paano ba ang kanilang gawin?
At ano bang qualifications?
Oo, may requirements ba?
May requirements ba? Oo.
Qualifications, basta merong visual impairment, pwede namin i-entertain. So we entertain everyone from all walks of life. Although we are proud of being a Christian organization, we don't force that faith. Of course, we respect everyone has different faiths, but we do not discriminate. Anyone who needs our services when it comes to dealing with the issues with visual impairment, na-accommodate namin sila. Depende kung ano yung kailangan nila. That's why we have social workers who can work with these people na nagpupunta sa amin. Sila yung nag-a-assess. Ano ba ang gusto mong gawin? Ano yung pwede namin gawin para tulungan ka na magawa mo yon? Lalo na yung mga na-depress, dating nakakakita, nagkasakit, na aksidente, for whatever reason. Minsan yun yung mahirap makarecover because they go through depression, pati yung pamilya, hindi alam ang gagawin.
Nagpo-provide din kayo na psychological assistance sa mga ganon?
Yes, sir. Meron po kaming social workers who help them through that. We can have counseling or kahit simpleng kausap lang. Kasi minsan yun lang ang kailangan sa simula eh. Masabi lang nila kung ano yung nasa loob nila and then we can go from there. We will know, gusto pa bang mag-aral? Gusto pa bang matuto? Anong gustong matutunan? Gusto pa bang mag-computer? So ano pa yung gusto nilang gawin? So that's where we come from.
Meron ba tayong number, ma'am, ng ilan ang statistics na sa Pilipinas kung ilan ang record natin ng blind people?
Well, sadly, wala po tayo latest data. It has been an issue in the sector, in the community na sobrang tagal na yung data natin. So it is a challenge. It has been a challenge for the sector specifically. Kung ilan ba talaga? Kasi unang-una, marami yung nakatago pa sa mga liblib na lugar. Yung iba mismong magulang, hindi nilalabas, kinahihiya, iniisip, wala nang kayang gawin. So, nandun na lang sila.
Mukhang yung magulang ang kailangan i-counsel dun
Isa pa yun. So, that's also part of our program because we work closely with the parent support group, yung PAVIC. Dito rin nagsimula yan sa Resources for the Blind because we used to have a preschool. So, yung mga parents nila, habang nag-aaral yung mga bata, pinupulong din namin sila para matuto rin sila and they can support each other. They can encourage and then eventually sila na yung nagiging encouragement naman dun sa mga iba na nagsisimula pa lang, yung mga nade-depress pa lang kasi success story na sila. So dumadami yung success story. So they are paying it forward. So hanggang ngayon, ganun pa rin yung model na yun. We work closely with the parents to make sure na makikita ng marami, lalo na yung mga ngayon lang, let's say may bagong anak na nabulag or pinanganak, bulag na. Paano sila magkukup? At
paano yung mga misconceptions about blindness, tapos also paano nyo kinokorek yun through RBI, yung advocacy, yung mga misconception pag yung yun nga, if you're visually impaired,
It's the end of the world.
Oh, it's the end of the world.
Hindi totoo. There is life after blindness. At saka siguro yung misconception, let us start with the very simplest ones. Pag bulag, courtesy rule, kausapin mo siya ng diretsa. Huwag yung kasama niya. Nakakarinig siya, nakakapagsalita siya, nakakapag-isip siya mag-isa. Normally, pag may kasama, ang kinakausap, anong gusto niyang kainin? Eh, di tanungin mo siya.
Ayun. Simple nga lang, no? Pero tama kayo, ma'am.
For themselves.
Maliban
lang nun.
Yeah. Maliban sa kakausapin ng diretso, ano pa po, ma'am, ang pwedeng magawa ng mga, yung mga tao na para hindi naman sanay sa mga how to deal with visually impaired persons. Ano pa?
Magsabi kung pumasok sa kwarto at aalis. Baka salita sila ng salita, hindi nila alam, wala na silang karap. Isa yan sa mga simple din. Kasi hindi nila nakikita eh. Or papasok ka, lakad ka ng lakad, baka matakot, sino yung kasama ko, hindi ko alam. Baka bigla akong gawin sa akin kung ano. Diba? So it's really part of the courtesy rules that you have to introduce yourself and let them aware sino ka ba, magkakilala ba kayo, ano yung balak mong gawin, bakit ka nandun sa kwarto. And then when you leave, magpaalam ka rin, lalabas muna ako. Kasi maraming pagkakataon ganun nga. Nagsasalita, wala na pa silang
kausap. Meron bang, meron bang katotohanan yung in your experience with dealing with the visually impaired, meron bang katotohanan yung because you're visually impaired, you compensate with your
other senses.
Sabi nila, merong ganun. Parang sa tingin namin and marami ring it's a misconception na lumalakas, parang nagiging superpower yung pag-hearing, diba? So it is not true. It's just that they become more dependent on hearing. Kaya, mas nagagamit nila. Hindi dahil sa nagiging malakas. Siguro, eventually, na-develop because the more you use something, diba, the more it
becomes more keen, diba?
Because you are working and you are using it. Pero
what is the main cause of blindness in the Philippines? If you have, meron kayong, I mean, wala nga, baka meron kayong statistics.
One of the major causes, cataract. And sadly, preventable siya. Madalas hindi lang nadadiagnose ng maaga.
Nako.
Or hindi lang nakakalapit sa tamang medical authorities.
Actually, ma'am, alam niyo ma'am, ako naoperahan na ako sa katarata 10 years ago pa. And it was just developing pa lang. So tama kayo na maaga pa lang pwede nang operahan ng katarata actually.
Tama. Yung iba kasi lumalapit or siguro nagkakaroon ng oportunidad kapag huli na.
Po.
Which is preventable sana siya sa simula pa.
Correct.
Kung bata pa lang, pinatanda na, pinatagal na.
Kasi nung dati yung sinasabi, pinahihinog, parang ganun, meron ganun thinking, di ba?
Pinahihinog pa.
Paano yung
actually, pinalalala.
Pinalalala, tama.
So, paano yung nasa probinsya, ma'am, na gustong mag-reach out sa inyo, gustong kunin yung tulong nyo, ano ang maganda nilang gawin?
Well, we have branches in Cebu and Davao.
So that's good to know.
Are meant to serve those in the Visayas and the Mindanao regions.
Saan
so,
po
hindi
sila?
Nila kailangan pumunta
ng Maynila.
Meron bang age bracket yan, Ma'am Lorinda? May age bracket na kailangan. Baka pag kunwari kagaya ko, 60 na ganyan, hindi pwede. Ganyan, senior citizen.
Ay, hindi naman. Wala pong ganon.
It's not too late ba? Even, for example, for me to seek help when I reach that age?
Not too late. Pero we cannot guarantee na pwede pa. Kasi sabi ko nga, di ba, baka yung case, hopeless na or wala nang pag-asa because may mga lumapit naman sa amin na medyo may edad na rin. Kaya lang, the causes, yung isa nasabuyan ng muriatic acid. So
okay.
yung
ibig sabihin naman nakakakita siya nung araw.
Oo. So, lumapit siya sa amin. Siyempre, we accommodated him. Pero, hindi na raw pwede because yung peklat dun sa mata because of the damage caused by muriatic acid, masyado makapal at hindi na, hopeless na.
Hopeless. Paano yung
there,
braille, ma'am? Mahal ba yun? Can anyone, like, kung ikaw yung isang pamilya na meron namang kakayanan at kapasidad, bumili nung braille na, ano bang tawag nun? Tool for visually impaired? Mahal ba yun?
Yung slate and stylus, which is equivalent to our pen and paper, mura lang naman siya. Less than 1,000. So, yun yung pansulat nila. Ng
Pangsulat yun.
mano-mano.
Pangsulat, yes. Okay.
And then, they also have the brailler, which is the equivalent of the typewriter naman sa atin. So, meron din nun. That one is expensive. I think 100,000 plus. And then, there is a machine which is equivalent to our computer and our printer, the embosser. Ayun na talagang millions of pesos na siya. Hundreds thousands.
Paano ginagamit yun ng RBI, yung mga ganong tools, to address, to help, assist, yung mga, visually impaired under your care?
Pero una, we provide braille training for them, especially yung mga bata. Because it's just like teaching your children the ABCs, the foundation. So doon magsisimula yon. ABC ng braille. Paano sila makakapagsulat ng ABC, paano magbabasa ng ABC, and then from there you can form words.
Ito, ma'am.
So it's the same process, pero in just another way of doing it.
Ito, ma'am, curious lang ako. Ang nagtuturo ba bulag din?
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Kasi sabi niya, diba, parang tinuturo mo yung anak mo na so, pero pwede rin ba ako, halimbawa lang po, pwede rin ba yung mag-aral ang isang batang walang problema sa ng braille? Or meron bang ganong incidences? Meron din bang case na gayon kayo na experience?
Marami. Pwede, yung chief po ng aming braille production department is sighted. Pero she can read braille. Yung mga nasa braille production department, somehow they can recognize. But of course, since nakakakita sila, ang major or priority sense na ginagamit nila is the eyes pa rin. Oo, yung sight pa rin. Pero pwedeng pag-aralan ng braille, although medyo mahirap kasi it's a combination of dots. Diba? Parang yung dots sa dice. Diba yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, any letter or any symbol
as a representation
represented, is a combination of the dots. Pero yung, let's say, for example, letter A, yung isang dot lang siya. Dot number 1. So, letter B, ganyan. Mga combination na siya ng iba-ibang dots.
Kasi sa mga ATM, yung pindutan ng keypad, may
So,
sa elevator din.
Sa elevator din. Pero walang 13 eh. Di ba sa mga
iba naman yata yun, sir.
So, ma'am, how can individuals, schools, or companies support your work or get involved with RBI? Paano naman makakarating ng yung gustong magpaabot ng kanilang assistance sa RBI?
Well, of course, the easiest way to support us is through sharing financial donations. And you can reach us the easiest, again, social media and technologies through our Facebook page, Resources for the Blind Inc. Philippines. And, you can just call us, 8726-3021 up to 24. And we will be glad to assist kung ano man yung gusto nyo. But for schools, we also conduct training for optometry students to specialize in low vision assessment and screening. So we have to make sure that the services that they will provide outside is the quality service that they will get from us. Kaya minumultiply namin yung service na meron kami dito para hindi lahat ng tao kailangan dito pumunta. So itong mga estudyante na to, tinitraining na namin sila. So kahit saan sila mapunta, nakatira sa Laguna, nakatira sa Cavite, they can provide the exact same service that we are providing here. So, yun yung
Wala
isa
hong
rin-
bayad, ma'am, if ever pupunta dyan yung mga visually impaired na kahit na yung merong kapasidad naman to pay, paano ba ang pag-enroll sa inyo?
Well, yung mga estudyante po na tinitraining namin, ini-enroll po nila yan sa school nila. It's part of their curriculum, yung low vision training. But for availing of the screening and assessment by our optometrists, we don't charge anything for that. Kailangan lang pong magpa-schedule to make sure na our resident optometrists and other partner doctors, eye specialists are available to examine them. Or we can also refer them to other clinics or other hospitals na meron kaming kapartner na doctor who can check them out.
Ma'am, how were you affected by yung demise ng USAID?
Malaking bagay po because we had an ongoing project when it was terminated earlier this year. And it was very challenging, especially for the staff. For the staff and the beneficiaries because we are focused on people, not the project. Of course, what will happen to the staff, the employees that are employed? So suddenly, out of job sila. And then, paano yung mga beneficiaries namin? Suddenly, hindi na sila makaka-receive ng mga reading materials. Yung service na pinoprovide namin under that project, yung na-mention mo kanina is gabay, nawala rin bigla. So it was a tragedy, sasabihin mo, because it's one of the biggest projects that we have had all these years. And it's something that we really have to let go. But thankfully, it's just one of the projects that we have.
Oh, good.
We have other donors, we have other partners, we have other projects. They may not be as big, but if you combine them all, di ba, yung pag pinagsama-sama mo yung maliliit, they all add up. And eto, buhay pa rin kami.
Buti naman.
Praise God. And
Yes, praise God.
projects to implement.
Tama.
And
Tama.
we will be reaching out and we have been reaching out to the beneficiaries that we had before. Hindi naman kami totally na-cut out from the sector because of the termination of USAID. Life has to go on.
That's
And we
true.
did, because God is there for us.
And I'm
every
sure madami kayong natulungan in the past na ngayon ay nag-share na rin sa inyo.
Yes, yun nga yung sabi ko yung paying it forward or paying it back.
Yes,
So
paying it back.
wherever they go, they make sure that they're also able to help out. Kung hindi man dito during our programs, yung mga mga estudyante nga dating bata na napaaral, na tulungan, na Resources for the Blind, sa mga training programs namin ngayon, madalas kinukuha na namin silang speakers, sila na yung
Yes,
trainers,
oo.
sila na yung resource person.
Tama, paying it back nga, ma'am. So, before we go, would you like to share your to our viewers, especially those who may be living with visual impairment or have family members na visually impaired, may message ba kayo? And to all those, malay mo, meron dyan na funder that just waiting for an NGO like yours na para makapag-share sila ng kanilang resources. Go ahead, ma'am.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity po. So unang-una, for those who are living with visual impairment, their families, there is life after blindness. There is life with visual impairment. Kahit nandyan yan, you just have to accept it and then you can move forward. Nandito are Resources for the Blind. We have the services. Let us see. Talk to us. We will talk to you and then we will know how we can help each other and how you can move forward. Sa mga iba naman na gusto makipag-partner sa amin, we have different programs that you can support in education, social inclusion, eye care, and of course, Christian growth. We have also a radio program with our blind pastors. So we also accept support for them to make sure that these blind pastors will be able to continue with our Christian growth program. So yan, marami kayong pwedeng pasukan sa amin, whether you be a donor, a partner, or a beneficiary, a client, everyone is welcome. As long as you have a visual impairment, we will be here for you.
Yun
Thank
lang,
you very
just
much.
before we, kasi teacher din po ako sa Ateneo College.
Ay,
And one
I'll
of...
be there next week, sir.
At talaga, uy, Kim. Pero ang isa sa inspiration dun was yung blind na graduate ng summa cum laude ng
Yeah.
Ateneo.
Si Rosel?
Rosel ang bubuyog na
Yes.
Ay,
she
yes.
still is a
Brilliant.
inspiration to the
Yeah,
students.
she started here as well.
Yun na nga.
nag-start
Actually,
sa
hinintay ko
RBI?
sabihin nyo yun kaya sinet up ko yung tanong, yung comment kong yun Hindi ko kasi kayo matanong ng diretso, kaya buti na lang sinabi. She's an inspiration.
She started with RBI.
Sabi ni ma'am.
Yes,
Ay, ang galing.
5-6 years old yata siya.
Oh.
And then, with the right support, and kasi nga, it takes a village to
Oh,
raise
yes,
a child.
yes.
Ang daming tumulong sa kanya, big organizations, kaya she was complete with gadgets, devices, support, training.
And she delivered.
Everything that she needed.
Diba?
She delivered.
She delivered.
So well.
Yes.
So well.
Yeah, so galing. It's really, wow, and napaka, naman, heartwarming yung...
Parang may, pa siya, yung actuarial math ba yun? Yung
Yes,
teacher niya.
Bino yun. Diyos ko.
Yung tao, hindi
Ako,
posible.
ang linaw-linaw ng mata ko pero hindi bagsak ako sa math.
Exactly. And
Ang
with
galing.
factors pa, diba?
So,
just, walang imposible. Walang imposible.
Correct.
So,
Pagka walang
pakiulit
paningin.
lang, ma'am, saan yung address nyo, tsaka yung number kanina na binanggit nyo, at tsaka yung mga branches nyo sa Visayas and Mindanao.
Okay. So, una location po dito sa Manila is just in Cubao, along EDSA. Just across Farmers Plaza, kami po sa side ng southbound, yung papuntang
Southbound.
Makati.
Okay.
Ang kahilera po namin, ano ba yung mga kahilera namin? I might be, plugging.
Basta southbound siya, harap ng
Inappropriately. Basta
Farmers
Sa harap
Market.
ng Farmers Plaza. It's Coty Building, 4th floor.
Uh-huh.
And
Number, ma'am. Yung number.
8726-3021 up to 24. And yung contact information na Cebu and Davao, sorry, hindi ko po memorize. But
Pero-
you can get that from us, from
Social
our
media.
Sa Facebook.
Social media.
Social media accounts. Oo.
Yes, and you can also send us a message there. And you can also search me, Messenger, message me directly. And ako rin po yung sumasagot sa Facebook page. So kahit si Resources for the Blind Inc. Philippines na nakikita nyo, ako pa rin yun. Kaya don't worry, I will get your message directly and will reply.
Ayun. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
And
ma'am. Thank you very much.
tuloy nyo lang ho ang inyong ginagawa. And God bless you more. And thank
God
you
bless po.
again so much for sharing your time with us. And maganda. It's such an inspiration to know, especially yung kay Rosel, na she started with RBI. And thank you again for your time, ma'am.
Thank you very much po. Sobrang salamat. So proud to be serving the blind in the community, to give God all the glory po. God bless po sa
God
inyo
bless you.
lahat. Thank
Let
you
us,
very much.
maybe we'll have you next time and let us know kung
Anytime.
meron kayong mga bagong projects na you want to share with us here in Balita Kwento Serbisyo. And thank you again, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you very much po. Ingat po kayo.
Thank
Salamat
you.
po.
Wow, grabe no. Nakaka ng puso na
Gusto ko na tanongin yung kay
Rosel.
Kaya lang kasi nung inopen mo yung inspiration, sabi ko baka sabihin, ay hindi sinabi. Pero yun.
Yun.
Eventually,
Ganda, no?
Diba?
Imagine, meron yung, hindi ka na nakakakita, but you can still function as a normal person. Yun. Thank you again, Miss Lorinda.
Summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude. Diba? Math pa. Diyos
Hindi
ko.
mo pagdududang ng opya yun. Oo. Siguro marunong eh. Marunong.
Oo. Hindi mo
Hindi
talaga
kagaya ako. Alam mo na, sabit. Sabit ako eh.
hindi mo talaga pwedeng